Hey, didn't see you come in. I guess you're here for a story time with Uncle Ben. Well, let's just get right into it. In tonight's episode, we have Thelonius Mouse by Orel Protopopescu. Thelonius Mouse by Orel Protopopescu. Pictures by Anne Wilsdorf. In memory of my friend Jackie Raven, poet and dancer, who tapped her way through life. Here's Thelonius. Thelonius was some cool cat for a mouse. Whenever Fat Cat snored up her usual storm, Thelonius's whole family went pitter-patter across the floor. Not Thelonius. He pounded four paws and sang, "Scat cat, ski-at, snap a trap to catch a fat tatter-tailed cat. Scat cat, ski-at, snap a trap to catch a fat tatter-tailed cat." "Hush up, Thelonius," his mama said. "You'll wake the cat," his daddy warned. But Thelonius had too much music in him to stuff into a mouse hole. He had to let it out. He tap-danced and pranced on the floor. "Squish a bag of fishy old bratty catty rat-a-tatty." While his sister and brothers collected scraps, he clapped and slapped the walls. "Bite a bit of bitter old hang-fanged litter box sitter." He skittered and twittered on top of a tea table while Fat Cat took her afternoon nap. "Nibbly-dribbly cheese-it, icky-ticky old flea-bit." Fat Cat opened one sleepy eye. "Come home, Thelonius," his parents cried before Fat Cat opened the other eye wide. She jumped like someone had lit her tail. Thelonius raced for home, but that old cat was close. He could smell her tuna breath. Still, Thelonius had to slide his tail across the floor. He simply had to. The sound it made was so delicious. Swish cheese, swish cheese. Fat Cat swatted at his tail with razor claws. Back and forth, Thelonius snaked his tail. He liked the swing it gave to his sound. Swish a whisker, swish a whisker. Fat Cat pounced, too far right. She pounced again, too far left. Swish a pounce, swish a pounce. Faster and faster, Thelonius played with her. Swish a pounce, a swish a pounce. Thelonius slapped the tip of his tail against the wall, right under Fat Cat's nose, then slid into his mouse hole. That splat, said the song, was over. That splat, said Thelonius, was cool. "That splat will get you caught one day," his mama squeaked. "Next time you'll lose your tail," his daddy fumed. "But I won't lose the beat," Thelonius said. And so it went. Day after day, he was so smooth, always in the groove, but he was in there all by himself. "Sing and dance with me for your supper," he told his sister and brothers one evening. Greasy cheese and cheesy peas, cat dripping drippings, chocolate chip crumbs, buttery batter, and yum yum yummy yummy buns. But they couldn't keep the beat. Their tongues tied, the song died, and they fell all over their feet. "That old cat has more rhythm than you guys," Thelonius moaned. "So play with her, you fool," they said, tittering behind their paws. "Nobody's fool, I'm bold. I am so cool, I'm cold," sang Thelonius, pounding the floor in a rage. Fat Cat jumped off the window seat and landed with a thump, a soft sound, but off the beat. Thelonius turned to see who was messing with his music. A whiff of sardine came at him with 12 pounds of furry fury that blocked his way home. Thelonious ran through the living room to the playroom. What to do? What to do? Fat Cat was in the air, claws screaming, teeth gleaming. Thelonious leaped through the window of a dollhouse. Fat Cat howled. She pounded the house, shaking and raking. Thelonious bounced on a bed just his size. It made such a heart-stopping boppity-bop-bop. He twirled his tail like a lasso and sang, "Cat's a flop, too fat to stop, a bouncy-mousy, whip-whopping, non-stop bebop." Hours later, even Thelonious was tired. How to put that flabby old Krabby Tabby to sleep? Jumping a little lower, singing a little slower, he crooned a lullaby. Hickory dickory, wind down the clock, tick by tick and talk by talk. Fat Cat poked her nose inside the window, breathing in rhythm with Thelonious's lagging, dragging song. When Fat Cat was snoring, Thelonious climbed out the window and tiptoed home, quiet as a mouse for the first time in his life. "Thelonious," his parents said, "we thought you were trapped." They sobbed and hugged him. "That cat will get you if you don't watch out." But Thelonious had to get back to that bouncy dollhouse bed. He simply had to. The next day, while Fat Cat napped, Thelonious sneaked into the playroom, but the dollhouse was on top of a toy chest. Luckily, there was a box on the floor next to it. Never stumped, Thelonious jumped. The box had black and white steps, but they didn't seem to climb anywhere. Each step rang out as he ran, hitting higher and higher notes. He didn't hear the thump as Fat Cat woke up. He pranced and danced and sang, "What is this ringing, singing thing that swings me crooning to the tune full moon?" Fat Cat stared at that bobbing bopper. With one bite, she could snap him in two. A click of keys, a lick of cheese, a jingling, tingling sends me in a swoon. Thelonious crooned until something fishy made his nose twitch. He turned around. Two big eyes stared back at him. What to do? What to do? What to do-be-do-be-do-be-do? Fat Cat's eyes narrowed. Her fur stood up. But Thelonious had to finish the song. He simply had to. Thelonious waved his tail back and forth, very slowly, right under Fat Cat's nose. He sang in a hypnotizing voice, as deep as a mouse could go. "You need to keep the beat. I am no kitty treat. No, I'm way too hot to eat. I am Thelonious Harmonious, and you are all alonious, I see. So help me keep the beat. So help me! Move those furry, purry feet." Fat Cat heaved, Fat Cat sighed. Fat Cat followed that tail back and forth, wide-eyed. Then she let out a hum, a low-down, far-from humdrum hum. Her hips twitched. She slapped one paw on the floor. She tappity-tap-tapped with the other. Her tail swung to the beat. Then she sprang to her feet. Fat Cat howled in harmony and danced as Thelonious sang. "No more boo-hooings, no deadly doings. Yahoo, pretty kitty. Who knew we two could help to a cuckoo could hop to a cuckoo duet, dum ditty." Now his sister and brothers whistle as they hunt for scraps to share with Thelonious. They love the way his musical mousical pinging and singing keeps a glad cat busy. Yes, that cat's now so cool the mice had to change her name. They simply had to. The end. That was Thelonious Mouse by Orel Protopopescu. Thank you for joining me.